Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Oh!
It is Pixel Parties here, and welcome back to the Greatest Eternity. When we left off, well, my computer was being a little bit of a dick apparently after we recorded, and everything went all a little weird.
Well, specifically your computer.
Yes, I mean
mine's messed up too, but we use yours to record.
Every computer in this house, we have 4 computers in this house right now, and all of them are fucking broken as shit.
We use his to record because his is the one that has all the software on it.
Yeah, mine's all the best hardware in the house.
The best.
Yours is, well, right now you've got an older version of your computer because originally I had given you my computer before I got this new one, but my old computer was, already in pain from rendering so many videos. So now that died on you, so you've got your old computer back, but that one's had issues, which is why I tried to replace it. And I've got my old computer, which I don't even think that thing will turn on anymore at this point.
It ripped.
God. But anyways, hopefully this video works correctly. If not, there'll probably be a notice here that says, hey, this thing's not working right. But anyways, story-wise based, we have
the fusion of Apollo and Phoenix here.
He's slowly growing before our eyes, but we have a mysterious Koban that was under the stake for some reason, and we know who the owner is.
It's that one.
It's this one. Hello. Discord? No, that's Discard. Never mind. Whoops.
Discord. Yeah, he's not slapping anymore. He's bapping.
Yeah, there's a fine difference between slap and bap. You don't slap, you bap. All right, that would be the owner of the Hall of Discard Antique Shop, Sona Higurashi, that one.
How typical of the Japanese to have such bizarre names.
I don't want to agree with you though. God damn it.
As I recall, that's the name of the old man who testified alongside the soldier earlier.
This one, yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That one.
Indeed, he mentioned a Koban earlier. He testified that when the crime occurred.
Yes, he's back.
I crept under the table and heard a sharp gunshot shortly thereafter. Crept under the table? What are you doing down there? Searching for a lost item. A Koban, a precious coin from the Hawaii era.
He's so angry.
Where a Koban? Then this must be his.
What? Wait. Why would a Koban from an antique shop end up hidden underneath a beefsteak on the victim's dining table? I think we should hear the reason for that from the owner of the Koban himself.
Bailiff, have the 2 witnesses from earlier be brought back here as soon as possible.
Okay.
Find them immediately.
I am confused exactly how the Koban and the steak is going to play in our favor, but it's got to do something for us.
It's bought us time.
Yeah, who'd have thought those two would pack up at this point? In any case, call it a hunch, but I'm almost certain. If I can explain why this Koban was under the beefsteak, I have no doubt that this will lead to the way to the truth behind this incident.
Good luck with that, buddy. How do you explain that? If he was looking under the table for it. Oh, well,
are all 4 of them up there at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, God. Well, what business have we now? It is time for me, Yuzakamaru, to feed my son, Kurumaru, his meal. My boy Kurumaru gets hungry, he's more ferocious than a street mutt. When we treated as mere dogs of the police, we revealed a born false witness. We were branded as discard ourselves before being banished from these halls of judgment. Heretofore, I have decided, thus shall I carry on to my twilight, and never more to utter a word.
I've never heard anyone say heretofore.
For real. Even Shakespeare's like, damn, good job on that word.
Yeah, Shakespeare is clapping in his grave.
He's like, good job.
Please confirm one thing for us, owner of the Hall of Discard. Have you seen this Koban?
Oh! That is indeed. No, that is indeed truly the glimmering, glowing white relic that I lost on the abominable day. What?
He talks like an RPG character.
He really does. I knew it. Young one, would you lighten this scene out, old fool? Who knows how much of time he has left? Okay, where'd my fallen rare treasure disappear to? Please tell the man that may die any second. Oh, here I go.
Oh no.
I don't know if fallen is the right term for it, but your koban was wedged between a spicy piece of meat and an iron plate.
What? It was between meat and an iron plate, you say?
Needless to say, it is impossible for a coin to fall into such a place. In other words,
It was placed there.
someone was hiding it there.
My koban was hidden between a piece of meat and an iron plate. Who was it? Who committed this atrocious act?
God.
With all due respect, may I say something? Detective Hosanaga?
You may, Detective.
It was me. I did. As you all know, I infiltrated the restaurant as a waiter in order to secretly investigate a series of incidents.
Yes.
Oh yes, you did mention undercover investigation. La Quantos is a high-class restaurant where foreigners and wealthy customers gather. Recently, said individual started stealing from customers using a similar tactic. Indeed, this was reported to the Imperial Police Headquarters.
The world is full of despicable cowards, to be sure.
Many of the victims are foreigners, thus we were ordered to resolve the matter post-haste. It's the reason you infiltrated the restaurant. Yes, I disguised myself as a waiter to catch this detestable, atrocious individual red-handed. It's plausible that this koban was another one of the thief's targets. Is a great thief at La Quantos? We were unaware of this. Christ. I suppose this restaurant has already seen enough crime. Whether they can be called a great thief is up for debate, but
Hey!
the identity of the individual who hid the koban is obvious.
What?
Kay went back in time.
Really?
She's just like, ooh, meat and something shiny.
Yeah.
All right, defense. Let's hear it then. The detestable thief that stole this old man's koban hidden under the beefsteak is...
I mean, the only two that would make sense would be Taizo or Giselle, but we don't... Because you'd think we'd have to push for her to get the reason of the case moving forward, but we don't really have anything that speaks to the fact to it aside from it being her beefsteak. But we don't know why she would want to steal this, though, in the first place.
Money?
Maybe to keep up that high-class lifestyle? Is that how her breakdown's going to be? Her turning into a
Because
poor woman?
it's her beefsteak.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Uh-oh.
This person kind of seems like someone who would steal a koban, I guess. No, Wade Naruhodo. What? Don't scare me like that, Asogi. You're the one scaring me. Even a rubbish peddler would notice someone coming near his table. Are you sure we should be calling his wares rubbish?
That's Naruto.
Should we call his
Yeah.
rubbish? Yeah, perhaps it'd be more fitting to say that than the real rubbish here. You're the real rubbish here.
Oof.
My best friend just called me rubbish. Ow.
Ugh.
What was that? Speak up, defense. The detestable thief that stole this old man's koban hidden under the beefsteak is...
So are we gonna say it was Taizo? Because he was the only other one that would have been at the old man's table where he could have stolen it.
It wasn't Watson, was it?
I don't think so.
Because he didn't... I mean, he was there. And remember, the old man was looking for it, like, before the shot
That's
happened.
the save button.
So
yes.
it could have been him. Like, it's a possibility, but at the same time...
It is a possibility because I think my short memory is bad, but I vaguely remember Hosanaga just said that he was investigating because it was a foreigner that was doing it. And John Watson is British.
Yeah.
You know, whereas Taizo, he's Japanese. He
Yeah.
wouldn't be a foreigner. Huh.
Did it say the detective was 29?
Yeah, he is.
He's a year old. He does not look a year older than me.
Yeah. The one thing that doesn't make sense is that if we don't use Taizo, then why have him in this case at all in the first place? He hasn't really been used for much right now. We have a couple lives to spare. If it's not Taizo, then it's Watson. I just don't have enough, aside from that foreigner bit, dependent on him. Because otherwise, you'd think that we would need more from Taizo in the first place to make him relevant in this case in the first place.
You said in the first place twice.
I did. What are your thoughts?
I've already said my thoughts.
Which one was it?
Him.
Watson?
Yeah.
We'll do Watson then! Yes! There we go.
No, it's not.
Oh, never mind. That's right. I'm used to the way it does it afterwards.
Going,
Okay,
ooh,
so
ouch.
yeah, that hurt. Okay, so it was Taizo.
Watch it keep. Okay.
Of course, it could be anyone but you, Sergeant Uzukumaru.
Uzu, not
Uzukumaru. you little.
Look at the baby. The baby
Delinquent.
is so offended.
I've heard enough.
It's like,
Delinquent. Koban thief. Great thief of Laquantos. You're really going to indict my son Kurumaru. He's the culprit.
what? No.
What? Oh,
Even the.
How could you pin your own crimes on an innocent little baby? It's awful. You're the most legal one in this court, Sergeant Uzukumaru.
Hey, you said it. Proud of you.
Yay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He just snapped his spine. He's dead. He's paralyzed. Imperial Army, Sergeant Uzukumaru, reporting for duty.
Okay.
Okay.
That was something.
Yes, it was. Back on down a little bit.
I love that.
Do you even know? Do you know how shockingly little the Empire pays its orders to protect our lands?
Indeed, the temporary tax increases from our last war have yet to be repealed. I'm told that lower-ranking soldiers are living especially destitute lives.
All I want was to be able to give Kurumaru my warm food. So you decided to start stealing from others? Laquantos caters to the wealthy. Once every 3 days, I visit a restaurant to hunt for my prey. All the while, biting off chunks of that delectable beefsteak. Sure enough, he doesn't look like someone who could use a knife and fork. So you did steal his Koban.
Sono Higurashi.
Yeah, that one. I did. Stealing from him was easier than taking candy from a baby. I deposited the coin in my pocket. Hey, no, give me that candy back.
Quite the great thief indeed.
Not as great as that one, the mythical great thief. But I moved to escape, leaving behind my half-eaten beefsteak. Suddenly, a murder unfolded before you. A murder unfolded before you. Shit, that was me.
Yeah.
Someone happened to check my pockets. My reputation was ruined. Horrified by the very idea, I hid the Koban. I shoved it under the beefsteak, hoping that I might find it again someday. Huh.
Okay.
Huh.
That's ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. I grew incredibly weary of being forced to bear witness to such a worthless farce of a trial.
Giselle? How improper of us. This time I swear to end this senseless bore of a trial.
Shrimp!
Only since you go home with a smile on your face, milady.
Indeed. This child-rearing soldier was the one who stole Sono Higurashi's Koban. But I can say with confidence that this theft is related to the murder.
Exactly. What kind of barbarian would hide a coin under meat? Only the Japanese, I suppose.
But barbarian?
Even worse, he gnawed at it without using so much as a knife and fork. Even the barbarians are more civilized than you lot. Britain spit on that kind of conduct.
Now that all doubts have been cleared from that testimony, the court will allow the witnesses to leave. You're free to return, milady.
Then I shall be taking my leave. I bid you all farewell. Ciao.
Love that face.
Every time.
Chow? That's not British.
That's.
She's not British at all.
She's Italian.
What's wrong, Naruhodo? There's no time to be daydreaming. Well, something about Giselle's parting words just bothered me is all.
She's.
I can't get my mind off of it. It's like when I found the contradiction in her testimony earlier.
Oh.
You have to speak. Don't overthink it. Don't even think about it at all. Huh? You can think after you talk. Now object before the trial ends. Do it. Giselle, wait!
Is there still something you need?
This is my last question, Giselle. I mean it. I just need you to explain one thing for me. What does chow mean?
I know what is.
There's a contradiction in your parting words. I need you to explain that.
Come again? What contradiction?
What are you trying to pull? What do you mean, Naruhodo? Did you notice something about her parting words?
What kind of barbarian would hide a coin under meat? Only the Japanese, I suppose. Even worse, he gnawed at it without using so much as a knife and fork. Even the barbarians are more civilized than you lot. Britain spit on that kind of conduct.
I think I know what's going on. I know, there's definitely a decisive contradiction in there. Because wasn't there a stain on the knife? I'm pretty sure. If we look at the table. Yes, there's stuff on the knife. So that means the knife was used. Was it used for steak or for murder?
Show us the evidence that proves there's a contradiction in Mr. Zerbrett's statements.
The crime scene photo.
This is the photograph taken immediately following the incident, yes?
Feast your eyes on the beefsteak plate at the dining table. Next, look here.
And this is the beefsteak that Miss Brett was eating before the crime, correct?
To be more precise, this is the beefsteak on the victim's table at the time of the incident. What does that matter? They both mean the same thing.
Nope. Nope.
If you look closely, you might notice something unusual about this beefsteak. What's unusual about it? That would be the way the meat was cut, of course.
She knows.
Have you caught on
She
yet,
just
Giselle?
realized she fricked up.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Now, Giselle made a strange claim before. She said that she would never bite into a beefsteak without using a knife and fork. Well, of course, she's a lady after all. Then look at the way the meat was cut. As you can see, these patterns are animalistic bite marks.
Yeah.
Ah!
Looks like she's seen her mistake, too. If Woodis had elegantly eaten her meal with a knife and fork, then the beefsteak wouldn't have crude bite marks like this. But, because that she ate it, what are you getting at? Maybe Milady was so famous that she couldn't help it.
Oh, she's sweating.
Oh, what is the matter, Milady?
I really must excuse myself. I'll be late for my afternoon tea date with the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Oh, but I promise you this trial will be over very soon. Leave it to me, Prosecutor Ouchie, and I will render this youngster.
Oh. Shut your mouth, four-eyed samurai scum.
Yes, ma'am.
Jeez.
Step on me. Whoa.
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 She's really losing her composure now. Looks like she's finally starting to understand. She knows what the bite mark implies. What? Naruto? This time the puzzle's really coming together. First she claims to use a fork and knife, but her steak is covered in bite marks. Then the bloodstain I remembered somehow disappeared. And now, I have evidence that can prove who the culprit is. The one who really shot Dr. Watson.
Indeed, those bite marks may be unusual. But I still fail to see what this clears up.
Why, it clears up everything, of course.
Everything?
Actually, these disgusting bite marks
Disgusting bite marks.
are connected to a decisive piece of evidence. The evidence that will finally prove who really shot Dr. Watson.
I am fed up listening to you prattle on. What decisive evidence could you possibly have? It doesn't exist. It is so like you Japanese to try a cheap bluff like this.
What makes you so sure about that?
Simple. Had such a thing existed, it would have been presented long ago.
Yes, you're right, that hasn't been presented yet.
But what?
But even if it hasn't been presented, that evidence still exists.
That's what he keeps hidden until this far into the trial. That sort of thing just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it does.
But I know exactly the person who possesses such evidence. Once I request that evidence, the entire mystery surrounding this incident will be resolved.
That point suits him.
Very well, this will be my last request to you, attorney. Tell us who holds the final piece of evidence that will expose the truth.
Okay,
I actually have no idea.
so here's my thought process.
I'm lost.
Is that based on the evidence of the way it's going on, is that it has to be that she changed the stakes. Because there would be no reason for, what the heck was his name? Taizo to put it under the victim's plate. He could have put it under his own because obviously it's under his stake. The stake that he was
that's
eating.
his plate.
Yes, it's his plate. So I believe that the person that would hold the evidence would probably be Hosonaga because he has, you know, all the evidence of everything that goes on in the world because he would take everything. So he has to have, I would assume, the other plate.
That has the blood on it.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's my thought process, that he would hold the piece of evidence because he's got all the evidence. Please be right in this and make me not go even deeper than that. Of course, that'd be Detective Hosonaga. What do you mean by of course? Huh? I would never conceal evidence. That's preposterous.
Oh god.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I'd like everyone to focus on this. The bite marks on this beefsteak.
The bite marks?
Earlier, Sergeant Yuzukumaru said this, biting off chunks of that delectable beefsteak. Then he stole Shina Hiragashi's
Whoa.
Sona Higarashi's
There you
koban
go.
and hid it under the beefsteak.
There you go.
Fuck that name. But what do you think you're doing, kid? You think you can fight a soldier? Sergeant, I have a question for you. Just to make sure, you did hide this koban under your own beefsteak, right?
Grr! Of course. Why would I be a soldier?
I have not the gall to just slip something under the lady's reel right in front of her eyes. In other words, Detective Hosonaga actually presented your own beefsteak to the court.
But isn't that strange? This beefsteak was found on the victim's table.
She claims to have used a fork and knife, and she had no way to steal the koban.
Of course not. The very thought's an insult to the great British Empire.
If all this is true, what are we supposed to make of this contradiction?
Oh, I see now. Are you saying the sergeant switches on me with the victims?
Wow, he's not completely dumb.
Well, is that what you're saying?
Well, I think it would be that Giselle switched
Yeah.
the beefsteaks. What in tarnation? The truth is, all the time of the incident, when the man was murdered right in front of my eyes, my mind went blank. Before I realized what I was doing, I turned over my beefsteak and hid in the koban. Then when I came over and revealed that he was a detective preventing my escape, if that detective looked under my meat, he would have shattered my life to pieces.
See, he did switch it.
Oh. Saw the when a student was being arrested and led to the kitchen. Get back down, kitty. I switched my beefsteak with Miss Brett's as fast as I could.
What? I didn't know anything about that. I did not witness that.
I executed my strategy as fast as lightning. There was no time to think. In that moment, there was no other options. That's right. I had no choice but to do it. What? What?
Wow, Ouchie actually deduced something.
Yeah. However, rest assured, prosecutor. Assured of what? I swear to you, as an Imperial soldier, I have now told you everything. That's my whole story. I didn't want to hear your story to begin with.
Yeah.
It has now been established that the beefsteaks were switched. That means Sergeant Izukumaru took Miss Brett's meal and brought it to his own table.
Indeed, that seems to be the case.
Detective Osanaga? Yes. Sorry, I'm dying. Don't mind me. I remember what you said about the beefsteaks. You collected both Giselle's and Sergeant Izukumaru's beefsteaks, right? You seized both of them as evidence?
Oh,
dear.
She's chewing on it.
Indeed I did. Now's the time to present the other one. Show us the beefsteak tray that was on Miss Brett's table before the switch.
What is that beefsteak supposed to prove? There's no way that a cold, dry, stiff piece of meat can have any relation to this incident.
That simply isn't going to fly, my lady.
Oh, what is wrong with you?
First off, you should be able to remember this. What was it that brought the beefsteak into this debate again?
Aren't you the one who brought it up?
The source of this debate all began with this man's memory.
His memory?
At that moment, I saw it clearly. Blood.
Yeah.
The beefsteak, this should have been right behind Dr. Watson. Definitely had a blood stain on it. I have faith in the defendant's memories. The one piece of evidence that corroborates his memories is the lady's beefsteak plate.
Very well then, detective. I hereby order you to present the other beefsteak. Show us Miss Brett's beefsteak, the one that was moved to the soldier's table.
Yes, Your Honor! I apologize for the wait.
Yep.
This is the other beefsteak. Please look at your heart's content. Man, there's a
Boom.
blood stain there.
And it's perfectly cut.
The blood stain. I can see it. And now you all see the truth. This blood stain here confirms it. When the victim was shot, his back was turned to me. In other words, it's impossible for Naruhodo to have shot the victim.
Ah!
It can't be. The only one who could have shot Dr. Watson was in front of him at the time. And the only one person meets that description. Do I need to continue? That's right. That person be Giselle Brett. You are the culprit.
That was a hell of a point.
Oh, breakdown.
Oh god. That was terrifying. Is the swan okay? I can't believe this. These damn Japanese have bested me. Good lord.
Milady? Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Shut up! 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 Oh my god! Okay, she's damn you! God damn you all! I
Most accurate face I've ever seen. There's chicks everywhere.
What just happened? What? My deepest apologies. I seem to have lost myself in a state of despair for a moment.
You know what? I'm lost in a state of despair for a moment too. I think I'm gonna need 23 and a half hours to realize what just happened in front of my eyes.
What in the world?
That was one of the finest moments in all of gaming history, right there.
That was very anime.
Yes, it was.
And I loved it. I love this game.
My God, this
And this is
game
only the
is
first
fantastic.
case.
It is. It's the
This is
tutorial.
the tutorial case.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.